Transfer windows can be a good thing and they can be a bad thing. They can be good because you can replace players that are not playing particularly well, but they can be a bad thing because players leave and you can't bring new players in and all the rest of it. We're about to enter that period of the winter, which is the transfer window. Hello and welcome to episode 41 of To Be a Legend. My name is Mark, and on today's episode we have for you two games in League 2. Hartlepool at home and Burton Albion away from home. They are our two matches coming up, and well, we just need to keep up the reasonable form. We've got a little bit of a wobble on last couple of games. You saw it in the last episode against Exeter City, and since then we've well, how can I put it, we've done all right, but we just need to turn it up a little bit and stop our wobble, because it is not good, I can tell you. It's certainly not good for the old disposition. Let's have a look then and see what's been happening since you were last with us. Before we have a look at transfer information to date. Last episode, Wigan, we beat them 4-1 in the second round, FA Cup second round replay, which means we go through to the third round. We got a third round tie against Crawley Town, League 2 Crawley Town. So we'll meet them in the next episode. And then we drew 0-0 with Exeter City. I think it was a bit of a fallout from the FA Cup tie, to be fair. A 0-0 draw against Exeter City, and then we went and beat Harrogate Town at home. Johnny Smith, Alex Patterson, which you don't see on the score sheet very often, Alex Patterson and Harry Williams, making that a resounding 3-1 win. And then we went all the way down to Wiltshire to play Swindon Town, and got a 1-1 draw, and it was a bit of a late do because we went a goal down after 49 minutes, 0-0 at half-time, 49 minutes, and Nadisan, the scorer for Swindon Town, and we left it late. Lewis Dobbie, a minute from time, getting the equaliser. You'll see we almost certainly should have won that game, but once again, not hitting the target. In fact, if we have a look at other data, can I have a look at other data? Analytical data. What I'm actually after here, and I'm not going to find it, am I? Not on that screen. Mark, you need to sort out your screens, mate. Stats, that's what we want. I knew it was there somewhere. If you have a look again, woodwork. We hit the woodwork 4 times. Is this a thing? From the latest update, is it done something to the woodwork more often? The AI doesn't, but or is it just we're losing a bit of inaccuracy? But as I say, we should have beat Swindon. Another 2 points dropped, I would say, in that one, which isn't good news. But we are still top of the table with a game in hand over pretty much everybody else, certainly down to 14th place anyway, a game in hand, and we are 11 points clear of AFC Wimbledon, who have moved up into second place. If we were to win that game in hand, we would, of course, be 14 points clear at the top, which we want to try and keep going at if we can. AFC Wimbledon, a team that we lost to, one of the two teams that we've lost to this season, Swindon being the other one at home, but a draw, I suppose, was better, and away from home as well. So that's how it has turned out. So still going okay at the top there. Today's opponents, Burton Albion and Hartlepool, both mid-table, 10th and 11th respectively. So both on 34 points, and we need to be getting good results against them. Transfer-wise, not a lot happening. We'll look at Duncan Idwin in a minute. But Callum Hume has come in from Charlton. We'd signed him up on loan because obviously couldn't bring him in till the 1st of January. He has arrived. He's a 2.5-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability. Really brought him in to play in that defensive midfield role. He can play as a right back as well. Can play in central mid and attacking mid if we want him to. Probably best as a regista in that, or a deep lying playmaker. Regista is the best as in a defensive midfield role. But yeah, hopefully we can see what he does, and hopefully his passing. His passing's quite good, so that's what we're looking for. His technicals are really, really good. Mental's okay, and his physicals are fairly good. Maybe his stamina and his strength not up to it, but we'll see if he can do the business for us. And Reece Greenidge, and hopefully we're not going to face him today. I have a distinct feeling we will do. Reece Greenidge has gone to Hartlepool for 1.9 thousand. How does that sort out our wages? Doesn't sort out our wages. Our wages hasn't changed dramatically. So that's how it lines up for the transfers. Duncan Idwin, he's got a bit grumpy, not getting game time, wants to go out on loan. So we've said, right, we'll let you go out on loan. His contract with us is until 2027. So we've signed him for a good period of time. It may well be we offload him in the summer. At the moment, Aldershot are in the pole position, offering 100% of his wages. Kidderminster and Barnet not interested. We are going to just try and drum up a little bit of interest if we can. We've tried it before. It's not had any other effect. I don't think there's anybody else out there wanting him. So we've just try and drum up that trade for him. Now the window is open. Right, that is what's been happening. Let's get on with the episode. Hartlepool first up then. Past meetings against Hartlepool. We've beaten them once in a friendly here at Buxton, and a lost 4-2 in the Northern Section Group D, the opener in that particular competition. And we managed to draw 1-1 with them at the Suit Direct Stadium in Hartlepool earlier in the season, back in October to be precise. Can we get a result today? I'm hoping so. We've changed tactics as well, or tweaked it slightly, just to calm a few players down, hopefully, because they're grumpy because we didn't really have the positions for them to play in. I'll show you what we've done. And this is the team and how they set up for the game against Hartlepool. We set up like this against Swindon, and apart from giving that goal away, it was a very good formation for us, but we didn't seem to have the impetus going forward, so I'm hoping that it will do again today. We're going to start with it anyway. We did switch to our... not sure we switched that one. I think we switched to the 4-2-3-1 version and got the goal back late in the game. But realistically, that is what we're going to do today. See if Hume will make a difference as a regista in that central midfield three as the defensive midfielder. But it's Killip in goal, Scanlon, Gamble, Viner and McDonald, our back four. Holm sits in the defensive midfield role with Mundell and Dudizak in central midfield. Smith and Moss, the wide players, playing as wingers on support, and Dobbie up front as an attacker. Dudizak could play as an attacking midfielder, but we'll leave him in midfield doing that role for now. On the bench, Prizebeck, Williams, Linton, Camwa, Patterson, Barrington and Omatoy. Louis Molden still injured, and he's still got 2 to 4 weeks before he's back. Obviously really done himself some damage in that break of the leg, so it's still some way off before he's back in the team. And a look at the teams. We match off with our revised formation, exactly the same formation as Hartlepool have, a 4-3-3 with a defensive midfielder. Hartlepool currently 12th in the table, 24th in the form table, mind you, and dropped away a lot. They were up near the top, of course. And we have a corner. Hume with the corner, swings it in, looking for Gamble, didn't find him. It's gone out. Smith tidies up. Hume to Gamble. Gamble still there, has a shot from distance. It's gone over. They have a free kick. Ferguson with the free kick and puts it wide. And Scanlon to Smith. Mundle fires one forward looking for Dobbie, I think it was. Duddy Zach wins the ball. Duddy Zach gets a deflection and the goalkeeper saves it. Corner from this side now. Smith with the corner. Long one. Bobbling around. It's gone in. Lewis Dobbie gets his 13th goal of the season. I want to see that from behind. I'm going to pause for a second just to tell you that all the other sides have played earlier in the day, and AFC Wimbledon dropped down the table. We'll have a look at the table at half time. But Dobbie gets his 13th of the season and puts us one up after 29 minutes. Smith, a long one. Headed down by... I'm not sure who that was headed down to, but he headed it into the path of Dobbie. And Dobbie... Who was that? It was Gamble, who headed it down into the path of Dobbie, and Dobbie puts it away. Smith with a corner on this near side again. Is it going to be a similar corner? Yes, it is. Looking for Gamble. Didn't find him. Moss, though, crosses it back in and bobbling around. Oh! Wow, hey! Well, I haven't seen that. That's a new animation. Dobbie doing an overhead kick. Hume with a corner on that. Swings it in. Gamble! It's gone wide. And Smith winning that ball back. Hume. Lovely pass to Mundle. Early signs of Hume being very good. Mundle. Oh, he's giving that ball away. But Scanlon wins it back. Hume crosses it in. Looking for Perry Moss. Perry Moss, the goalkeeper, pulled a save out there. McDonald comes away with it. And the highlight continues. But it's been cut out by our McDonald. Another corner on that far side. Hume with the corner. And... going to be a penalty. Gamble was fouled. Don't think he was going to get to the ball, but he was fouled all the same. Who's going to take the penalty? It's going to be Dobbie. Dobbie sends the goalkeeper the wrong way. He's 14th of the season. Lewis Dobbie 2. A brace for him then. And we go 2 up with 43 minutes on the clock. Free kick now. Hume with the free kick. Oh, he's come back off the woodwork. More woodwork. Moss. Oh, tries to backheel that, trying to be clever. And half-time has arrived. 2 goals from Dobbie then. 29 minutes and a penalty after 43. 15 shots, 7 on target, 50%. 2.55 on the XG, 62% of the possession. Hartlepool have had 1 shot, nothing on target, 0.01. We've hit the woodwork once. I would have said we hit the woodwork twice, to be fair. But there you go. 38% of the possession for them. We did say we'd have a quick look at the table because the other sides have played ahead of us. And if it stays as it is, we are 13 points clear of Leyton Orient in second place. Equal points to Crawley Town. Crawley Town have climbed the table. And are up into third place now. So, yeah, and we've got them coming up in the Cup very, very shortly. Wimbledon dropped down to 4th. Hartlepool currently dropped down to 12th because of their losing today. So they dropped below Burton now on goal difference. So that's how the table looks for now. But a good first half. Let's hope for more of the same in the second. And they've made 1 change at half-time. Carl McDonald getting a yellow card. As we just see as we come back. Scanlon, this first highlight of the second half. That's a poor ball. But Moss will get there. And he needs to be careful. He's on a yellow. And we've had a lot of sendings off just recently. Can avoid any more. Dudizak wins that ball. He's into the area. He's got no support. Moss crosses it. Smith. And Johnny Smith, his 9th goal of the season, makes it 3-0 after 48 minutes. And that was a well-worked goal in the end. Dudizak had no support. And come back. Found Moss waiting on the edge of the area, who was giving him the support, just crossed it across the 18-yard box, and Smith tucked it in off the post. And we come back, free kick for Hartlepool. Dobbie wins that one. Back to Scanlon. Hume, who's been playing very well since he's since we've seen him. Donald through to Dudizak. Dudizak will have a go from distance, but it was a bit poor in the end. Winterbottom. And the highlight will continue. Ball belted forward and headed down into the path of Whelan. They've made a couple of substitutions. Gray in lots of space. Why are you not tracking him back? But Killip sees that over the top for a corner. One of the players that's come on, Ioma. It's headed clear, but only as far as Whelan. We have a free kick. Scanlon with the free kick fires it in. It's headed cross field, but or across the box, should I say. And then they're on a counter attack now, and they're running forward. Numbers here. They're outnumbering us at the moment. We need to get back. And that one swung in. Gamble's not going to make it though, and it's shot from distance and it's gone in. It was that hard. Killip couldn't hold on to it, and we've just praised the team. Something that I don't do that often, because invariably I praise the team and we lose a goal. And Gray shot from distance. It was very powerful. Killip trying to get it one-handed and only managed to put it in his net. And with 71 minutes on the clock, we made 3 changes. Patrick Gamble's come off for Harry Williams. Callum Scanlon is off for Josiah Linton. And Romain Mundell is off for Camwa. They are the 3 changes at the moment. The front 3, Moss, Smith and Dobbie, having reasonable games. So we're not going to change them at the moment. And with 84 minutes on the clock, we are going to make our final 2 changes. We have taken off Callum Hume, who's had a reasonable good game. Doesn't show it on the rating, but I think he's had a good game in that defensive midfield role. We brought Patterson on. We made him a deep lying playmaker on defence, just to give us a bit more surety in front of the back 4. And we have also brought on Luca Barrington for Perry Moss. Perry Moss getting tired. He's had a good game out on that right-hand side. So a straight swap for him out on the right. Still opportunity for Lewis Dobbie to get his hat-trick. Can he do it? Let's go and find out. And highlight, Viner chests it down to Williams. Linton. Viner been very quiet out on that right-hand side. Camwa. Back to Williams. Williams holds the ball up. Linton, who's just come on, of course. Linton fires one in for Camwa. Camwa heads it on for Dobbie. Dobbie gets his hat-trick. His 14th goal of the season. I think he had 14 already. He's disallowed. He's offside. Sure he had 14 anyway. As Camwa was offside before Dobbie. And Dobbie didn't get his hat-trick after all that. But 23 shots, 11 of them on target, 50% there or thereabouts, 3.62, 59% of the possession. Hartlepool had a better second half. They actually hit the target. 9 further shots, of which 3 were on target, one of them being the goal, of course. 0.87, 41% of the possession. Be good to have a look and see how the momentum sits out. We'll have a look at that in a short while. We didn't hit the woodwork again, so that was it was reasonable to know that we didn't hit the woodwork anymore. I'm quite pleased about that, actually. So that's how it ended up. They had a reasonable game, but I think if you look at the stats for their goalkeeper probably kept us at bay as well. Let's have a look and see how that affects the table then. And there is confirmation that wins still our goal in hand. So goal in hand, still a game in hand rather. If we can win that game in hand, we would be 16 points clear of Leyton Orient and Crawley Town. So 61 points at the top of the table from 25 games, a goal difference of plus 37. Wow. What can I say? He's going to take real mammoth effort from somebody and us to hit the brick wall in order to fall out of there, I think. Down to 47. We are 7, 3, 4, 14 points clear of, with the game in hand, 14 points clear of AFC Wimbledon in the playoff places, outside the automatic promotion places, in the playoff places, and Bradford City on 38 points. That is 23 points away from the team that's just outside the playoffs. So, as I said, something has got to go desperately wrong for us to end up in there. Burton Albion next, and they are 11th. How they got on today? They've lost 2-0 to Cheltenham Town. So not a good day at the office for them. We'll have a closer look at them in just a moment or two. Let's have a look then as we go through. We'll motor through these. Hugh makes his Buxton debut is one of the headlines on the inbox. Burton Albion then. Have we played them before? We haven't. Oh, we have played them earlier in the season, of course. A 3-2-1 on that occasion at home at Edgeley Park. Kyle McDonald, Lewis Walker and Therese Omatoy from the penalty spot, giving us the win, actually, after 90 minutes. It was 2-2 up until then. They took the lead. We equalised. They took the lead again through Liam Cullen from the penalty spot after 62 minutes. Lewis Walker equalised after 74. Omatoy turned the game completely around in the 90th minute. I don't really want quite such an epic game this time, if we can help it. A straight win against Burton Albion would be very nicely received. Thank you very much. And I'll also come back in a moment and tell you whether there's been any updates to the transfer market. And no real transfer news to bring to you, apart from Duncan Idahan has gone to Aldershot on loan till the end of the season. So we'll see how that progresses. I didn't check to see whether Reece Greenwich was actually in the squad for Hartlepool last time out. I will check that at some point or other. But anyway, that's the only change at the moment. Nothing else happening on the transfer front. And nobody coming in for any of the players that are grumpy at the moment that we said we might have to offload. So we'll see how that goes. All said and done, it is only the 4th of January. So plenty of time to go yet. We'll see what happens in due course. Right, it's time that we have a look at the team that will face Burton Albion in this second League Two match of the episode. And here is the team. Killer in goal then. Scanlon, Gamble, Smith and Pike, our back line. Hume continues in that regista role in defensive midfield. Camwar comes in for the injured Mundle. Mundle got injured in training and will be out for 4 to 7 weeks. That is bad news. Patterson in alongside him for the tired Dudizak, who drops to the bench. Smith and Walker playing wide today. Omatoy is restored back up front. Prizebeck, Williams, Linton, Dudizak, Barrington, Moss and Dobbie on the bench. And this is how the two teams line up. They are playing a 4-2-3-1 formation. And we're sticking to our new formation of a, whichever way you look at it, a 4-3-3 or a 4-1-2-2-1. And Burton Albion down in 11th, as we already knew. And we have a highlight from kickoff. Omatoy getting us underway. Camwa, Hume, Smith. Hopefully this isn't a bad highlight. Pike, Hume finds Camwa. Omatoy out wide to Smith. Smith, he's beat the goalkeeper through his legs, I think. 10th goal of the season for Johnny Smith. And inside the first minute, in fact, inside the first 30 seconds, we go a goal up. Always a bit of a worry when we get a highlight from kickoff. You never know which way it's going to go. In this case, it went our way. Johnny Smith controlled the ball, Had a bit of a juggle. I think he put it through his legs. And another highlight from kickoff. 1.01 minutes on the clock. Let's hope it doesn't go the other way again. It's one or two things. They're going to equalise immediately, or we're going to go 2 up, or it's going to be very close. One of the two. Oh, let him cut inside. Oh, it's bouncing around. Oh, it's come off the woodwork and cleared. Smith with the free kick just inside our half. Hume forward finds Omatoy. Omatoy in the area. It's got Walker in, and that's gone out for a corner. Camwa trying to get that on target. Smith with the corner on that side. Long looking for Gamble. It's headed back across and it's gone out for a goal kick. Corner on this side. Hume with the corner on this side. Swings it in. Goalkeeper comes out and claims it. And fires one forward, trying to catch us out. But Scanlon is underneath it. Only heads it down into the path of reach. And Smith has won that ball back. Hume. So back to Smith. Smith. And, well, he was pushed off the ball, really. A bit of physicality there. Usla is in. Shoots over the top. Another corner on this near side. Hume with the corner. It's going to be short again. It's chipped in and headed wide. And no more highlights in the first half. We are that goal up after the first minute. Johnny Smith pretty much from kickoff getting us in there. And as you'll see, the old XG's been a bit topsy-turvy. Just managed to pull away from them a little bit. 10 shots, 4 on target, nearly 50%. 1.38 on the XG, 62% of the possession. They've had 7 shots, 1 on target, 0.62 XG, 38% of the possession. So far, we've got our noses in front, but we're going to have to be a little bit more sprightly if we are to make sure we don't concede in the second half. As you know, we tend to go a little bit more lax in the second half. Today, we need to make sure we get some more goals. And Hume with that corner on that far side, looking for Gamble. It's gone wide again. And yet another one. They're coming thick and fast, and Gamble's got it on target this time. The goalkeeper parries it, and Alex Patterson puts it away. He's offside. Ugh. And he's offside when the header comes in from Gamble. Straight at the goalkeeper. And with 60 minutes on the clock, we're making one change. Patrick Gamble, I'm not sure if he's picked up a knock or what's happened, but he's got tired, and we've replaced him with Harry Williams. They have a corner now. Benning with the corner. Swung deep, and it's gone over the top. Oh, dear. And as you come back on 75 minutes, nearly 76 minutes, making one more change, which means we only have one more stoppage. But we're struggling because I've just realised didn't have enough midfield players in there, really, in the mix. We've seemed to have got some wide players, but not really looking for that central mid, especially the defensive midfield. So Hume can't come off at the moment, and he may miss the next game because of that. But Camwa has come off, and we have brought on Harrison Dudziak for him. Hopefully we can hang on to this slender lead. And throw in. Benning with a throw in. 85 minutes on the clock. Trevitt giving him room, and he's had a shot, and good save by Killer. We have a free kick now. Walker with Lewis Walker. Has a shot from distance. It's gone over. And we have seen that slender lead that we had for 90 minutes, pretty much 89 minutes. Well, yeah, we've had to stick with the players that we had on the pitch, and they will be absolutely tired out. Andy Smith having a good game in defence, as it turns out, a 7.5. Ben Killip doing quite well as well. Generally, a good side, and this formation seems to be doing the business. 15 shots, 6 on target, not quite 50%. 1.79, 58% of the possession. Again, I think we tired a little bit towards the end. They had 11 shots, just 2 on target, 0.84, 42% of possession. It's a clean sheet, and I'll take the clean sheet. So, very good. Let's have a look and see how that affects the table. And after that round of games, this is how the table looks. We are top. We're still with a game in hand. We have 15 points over Crawley Town, who are now in second place on 49 points. Playing them in the cup in the next episode. Just watch out for that one. They are behind us. 15 points clear. We still have a game in hand, which means if we win that game in hand, we will be something like 18 points clear at the top of the table. That is something incredible. In fact, 20 points clear of AFC Wimbledon if we win that game in hand. I don't think we are going to get promoted. It's just a question of time. How long before we get promoted? I'll work out, do the calculations very, very shortly. But as it currently stands, we're just opening that gap up at the top of the table because the teams below us are being reasonably inconsistent as it stands at the moment. Crawley Town and Carlisle drawing 0-0. Leyton Orient, I presume, lost. They did, 1-0 to Stevenage. AFC Wimbledon hit a bit of a brick wall. They lost to Swindon by 1-0. And there we go, dropping away, Swindon in 8th place. Hartlepool have picked up a little bit. Did they win? They drew 2-2 with Crewe, so they've picked up a little bit from where they were. But we are motoring at the top. I'm just surprised that the chairman hasn't offered me a huge contract to keep me here at Buxton. We are going to League One, boys and girls, as it currently stands. And splendid stuff as well. We'll see what happens in the transfer market in due course as well. But a good episode, 3-1 win and a 1-0 win. I'll take 1-0s every day of the week, really. But exceedingly good episode from that point of view. Playing Northampton offline. We're going to come back for Crawley Town in the third round of the FA Cup. And then it'll be Leyton Orient in League 2, and then we'll play Crawley Town again. And if they're still in second place, at the end of that episode, may well come straight back and have that. I know we try desperately to try and move ourselves down, and we will do, but we will come back then for Bradford after the end of the transfer window. And depending on how we get on the third round of the FA Cup, going into the fourth round, etc., it may well be that what we'll do is play some games offline then and come back at the start of March and work our way down through the rest of the season, try and get it mapped out fairly quickly. Well, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. If you have, don't forget to leave me that big thumbs up, subscribe and hit the notification button. That will keep you up to date with all future episodes of To Be a Legend and new series as they are released. If you want to keep up to date with what's happening on this channel and more, you need to follow me on Twitter at JustOffside2. New episodes To Be a Legend currently released every Monday and Thursday at 4:15 p.m. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you for the next episode. It's going to be episode 42. It's out on Thursday. Till then, have a good rest of the week. See you then. Bye-bye.